Yo, man, what it do? It's your boy Don Rio, and we're back here today, Low Life TV, with a very interesting topic that I'm sure 99% of y'all know about, but it done got a whole lot more interesting, man. So look, I don't know if they raided Diddy's house, apartment, mansion, I don't know. But regardless, the feds done found a lot of stuff that they're not happy about. The fans done found a lot of stuff that the fans ain't happy about. They found this man with 1,000 bottles of baby oil, man. And like I said, I guess having 1,000 bottles of baby oil ain't a crime. But when you're Diddy and Diddy's situation, it's probably looked at a little funny. But either way, man, let's get right into it. And afterwards, we're going to talk about it.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Damian Williams, and I'm the U.S. Attorney here in the Southern District of New York. Today I'm announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment, charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, interstate transportation for prostitution. The indictment alleges that between at least 2008 and the present, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. As alleged in the indictment, to carry out this conduct, Sean Combs led and participated in a racketeering conspiracy that used the business empire he controlled to carry out criminal activity, including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice.
Damn, how you get it?
Let me say a little bit more about the charges. The indictment alleges that Combs abused and exploited women and other people for years, and in a variety of ways. As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers, some of whom he transported or caused to be transported over state lines.
You know, let me say something real quick, man. I gotta be honest. When all this stuff came out about Diddy, and he didn't quite get arrested at first, I really wasn't knowing of the actual story. I thought all this was fake. I didn't think that he was actually doing all this craziness. This is crazy, man. Let's get back to it.
Controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs, and he often electronically recorded them. The freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercial sex workers, and often involved a variety of narcotics, such as ketamine, ecstasy, and GHB, which Combs distributed to the victims to keep them obedient and compliant. As alleged, when Combs didn't get his way, he was violent, and he subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse so that they would participate in the freak-offs, and that Combs hit, kicked, threw objects at, and dragged victims, at times by their hair. On one occasion in March of 2016, that conduct was captured on video and later reported in the media. Specifically, Combs kicked, dragged, and threw a vase at a victim in a Los Angeles hotel when the victim was attempting to flee. As alleged, these assaults often resulted in injuries to the victims, which took days or weeks to heal. In addition to the violence, the indictment alleges that Combs threatened and coerced victims to get them to participate in the freak-offs. He used the embarrassing and sensitive recordings he made of the freak-offs as collateral against the victims. And the indictment alleges that he maintained control over the victims in several ways, including by giving them drugs, by giving and threatening to take away financial support or housing, by promising them career opportunities, by monitoring their whereabouts, and even by dictating their physical appearance. Because of all of this, the indictment alleges that the victims did not believe they could refuse Combs without risking their security or facing more abuse. The indictment also alleges other acts of violence undertaken by Combs and others, including violence against witnesses to his abuse, kidnapping, and arson. The indictment alleges that on more than one occasion, Combs carried or brandished firearms to intimidate and threaten victims and witnesses. Now, Combs did not do this all on his own. As I mentioned, Combs has been charged with RICO conspiracy. He used his business and employees of that business and other close associates to get his way. Those individuals allegedly included high-ranking supervisors in the business, personal assistants, security staff, and household staff. The indictment alleges that those individuals facilitated the freak-offs. They booked the hotel rooms and stocked them with the supplies, including drugs, baby oil, personal lubricant, extra linens, and lighting. When the hotel rooms got damaged, they helped clean it up. They arranged for victims and commercial sex workers to travel for the freak-offs, and they delivered large quantities of cash to Combs to pay for the commercial sex workers.
Damn.
The indictment also alleges that they helped Combs cover up his crimes. During the March 2016 incident at the LA hotel that I mentioned earlier, a member of the hotel security staff intervened, and Combs attempted to bribe the staff member with a stack of cash to make sure that what happened was kept quiet. And as the indictment alleges, in late 2023, after public allegations were made about Combs' crimes, he and others pressured witnesses and victims to stay silent, including by making phone calls to witnesses and victims and giving them a false narrative of what they had experienced. And as alleged, Combs used others to help conceal his abuse by monitoring and preventing victims from leaving a location in order to hide their injuries, or by locating
I wonder if
and
Bud mad
contacting
at
a
Diddy
victim
right now.
who had attempted to flee.
I wonder if he don't like Diddy.
As part of this investigation, in March of this year, special agents from HSI executed search warrants at Combs' residences in Miami and Los Angeles.
Okay.
They also executed a warrant for Combs' electronic devices. During those searches, agents seized evidence of the crimes charged in this indictment. They seized firearms and ammunition, including 3 defaced AR-15s and a large capacity drum magazine. They also seized evidence of the freak-offs, electronic devices that contain images and videos of the freak-offs with multiple victims.
Dang.
And they seized cases and cases of the kinds of personal lubricant and baby oil that Combs' staff allegedly used to stock hotel rooms for the freak-offs, more than 1,000 bottles altogether.
Oh my God, dude.
Here are some of the items that we recovered during the searches.
Let's take a look at it. Come on.
As you can see here, this is a drum magazine, large capacity, and it contains, I believe, 59 rounds. I mentioned as well, we recovered 3 AR-15s. This is a close-up shot of one of the AR-15s, and you can see right here, the serial number has been thoroughly defaced.
Oh, man. Diddy, why
Another
you got
picture of
defaced
more
on it,
ammunition
man?
and parts of 2 AR-15s right there.
I mean, I guess it ain't none of my business, but we're going to make it our business.
Now, I want to be clear about 2 things.
You didn't show none of the baby oil, bro.
This office is determined to investigate and prosecute anyone who engages in sex trafficking, no matter how powerful or wealthy or famous you may be. No one should doubt our commitment on that. A year ago, Sean Combs stood in Times Square and was handed a key to New York City.
Damn.
Today, he's been indicted and will face justice in the Southern District of New
Sorry,
York.
man. My neck. Y'all already know my neck been hurt for like a year,
Second,
man.
we
There
are
ain't
not
nothing
done.
wrong with it.
This investigation is ongoing.
Shit
And I
hurt.
encourage anyone with information about this case to come forward and to do it quickly. Anyone with information can call 1-877-4HSI-TIP.
All right. Let's stop it there. All right. Look, man. I wasn't that disgusted until after this. You know, this is one thing I will say about the law. They may be very judgmental, like, you know, like district attorney, cops, all that. They may be very judgmental. They may discriminate. They may look at you because of color. But one thing is when they catch somebody red-handed, they're going to be the first to hit you with the facts. Diddy, I'm totally against everything you're doing, bro. I'm sorry. You're a sick human being to me. Just look at all this stuff that's happened with you, man. I don't get it. I'm not on that level, but I think under any circumstance, under any level, you should never be sex trafficking. That's just crazy, man. And to think about how long and how much credibility Diddy has in the game, like, bro, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I've heard Biggie and Tupac rapping about this man. Like, he been at it for a long time. And just to think, now think about this. Now, while everyone's joking and thinking it's everybody saying no Diddy and this and that, think about how many drug-induced females and males have been sold sexually. Think about how many people may have lost their life because of Diddy's actions, because of this little sex trafficking ring that, you know, just because people got a lot of money that a lot of people turn their faces to, turn their heads to, ignore. Makes me sick. All y'all make me sick. Now, I believe there's some good in the industry. I believe there's good in everything, just like there's bad in everything. I'm being real, man. But no bad like that deserves to go unanswered or unnoticed. So, Diddy, you got what's coming to you, man. That's sick, bro. And it looks like they waited till they can catch you red-handed, bro. They've been building this case for what they say, 3 to 5 years. I can't remember when they said it started, but man, that's horrible, man. That's horrible. Well, either way, man, that's the topic for the day. I'm Don Rio. This is Low Life TV. We out of here, man.